Norman Hulsman here of Casual Magic, and we have a very special video. I'm here with Rick, co-author of Casual Magic. So everyone welcome Rick to the first video.
Hello everybody.
So yeah, this is exciting. Both of us are doing this video. Rick and I are longtime friends, and so I'm really excited that he has agreed to help me write the blog. And I'm gonna kick it to Rick here, and he's gonna tell you what we're about to do right now.
In preparation of the Pittsburgh PTQ tomorrow morning, we're going to open up 5 packs of Shards of Valar that Norm has here, and we're going to separate them out into colors and just discuss what we think would make a cut in the deck and what color combinations we would run tomorrow. Alright, just taking a look, we set out the cards by colors and set aside the multi-colored cards. And the thing that strikes me is we've got 3 obelisks, 5 lands that fix mana. That's just a ton of mana fixing. Plus in here we got the Druid. First thing that stands out is just how many red and green spells we have. Unfortunately, the multicolored red-green spells are just Ripclan Crasher and Sandgrite Surge. And the 3 really good multicolored cards are in Esper, but we do have a lot of removal in red. Resounding Thunder, Skeletonize, Magma Spray. Hell Thunder is more of a direct damage spell than removal. There's another Magma Spray. And really, in Sealed, the idea is if you can play green, play green. And if you're not playing green, you want to play evasion creatures, and we really don't have any evasion creatures. So I think what we're going to look here is let's pack green and red and some removal.
So we're starting to pull out the cards we don't want to play.
And upon further review of the green creatures, we don't really have too many big beefy green creatures we want to play. Unfortunately, the big creatures that if we stick to like Naya, are unfortunately going to be out of white. We have this Yoked Plowbeast and the Rockcaster Platoon. So let's try to fit as much removal in here as we can. And fortunately, looking over at like all the blue spells and black spells that we may consider splashing, there's only one colored mana requirement in each one. So if we are going to splash like a Singleton Executioner's Capsule or a Fleshbag Marauder or Resounding Wave, it's going to be really easy with all the mana fixing we have. We should be able to hit that one random mana cost. So let's just continue pulling out things like Crucible of Fire. We don't have any dragons. Wow, I really like the red here. I might play Volcanic Submersion in the final.
I'm thinking we just go mono red.
we almost have enough. I try to pack in as much flyers and removal. That's never a bad option when you're looking at a pool, is evasion creatures and removal. Mm-hmm. So maybe we can somehow come up with a deck that is maybe blue, black, red, splashing white for, the Gargoyle, the Welkin Guide, the Tidehollow Sculler. Let's try to figure something out.
Alright, so we've cut our card pool down to 23 cards here, and I think we have 23 best cards organized here. We've got some good sideboard cards. Let's go over that. Do you want to tell them what we chose here?
Okay, what we had to do is decide what's going to be our main color, what's going to be our splashes, because we had 4 cards at the 7 mana costing slot, and we just had to say, okay, we need to cut that down, choose what's going to be our main. And it's obvious that red was going to be our main color because of the removal. and we had to decide what's going to be our next main color. We decided on black as our next main color, and that made it easy to cut the Lookout and keep the Zombie in, the Sighted-Caste Sorcerer, the Sculler, obviously. And really, like, the hardest thing about the pool was, you know, making the cuts in the spells. And it's really just come down to a preference. And for me, personally, like, Magma Spray and Resounding Wave have just been underwhelming for me in games. Magma Spray doesn't kill by itself a lot of the creatures that you're going to lose games, and Resounding Wave just keeps them off the board one more turn. Call to Heal and Swerve are really like the two ones we were kind of iffy about. Like, should we leave them in or keep them out? Call to Heal goes pretty well with the Marauder, and it goes well with Hell's Thunder the first turn it comes into play. Goes well with the Scholar. If you swing and miss, and you know your opponent's stuck on like 5 lands and he's drawn 5 cards, you can just bring Scholar back to hand and probably nab something that he's been waiting to play. So what the next step is, how can we fit our best card in? Manaplasm, that we're not playing. And we just took a look at, at first we had the Esper Obelisk in, and we decided to go with the Bant Obelisk just because as of right now, blue was a splash, and then we decided green to be a splash, and that can hit both. And white is also a splash in a sense. We're basically red, black, splashing blue, white, and Manaplasm. And we're doing basically what you need to do to have a successful deck in this format, where you have to get as greedy as possible and try to play all your good spells if you can't play 2 colors. Obviously, if you go 2 colors in your pool, you're probably going to top 8, you're probably going to win, and you're probably going to be drafting. So, as Norm said earlier, like, we have a lot of sideboard options. Like, the four spells that we were like, we got to cut these, you know, one of the fundamental rules about sealed and drafting, and obviously in constructed, is don't forget to look at your sideboard in between rounds. You know, even if you go to game 3, check it one more time. You might have seen a card in game 2 that you didn't see game 1. So, you know, for us, we have destroy target artifact and land. We have 2 capsules to bring in. We have another way to deal with flyers, even though for us it's going to be really hard to activate that once or even twice. The real fortunate thing about the pool that we have is that, like I said earlier, the 5 lands. I mean, we can play all of them. This one's in our main colors. This one's red and has the 2 splashes. Do you have any thoughts on this, Norm?